this podcast run your life.
Mandatory toothbrushing law, harnessing the awesome power of zombies, free pony platform, I'm a tyrant that you should trust.
It's the Team Supreme podcast.
Thank you.
Welcome, pony lovers. You've chosen to let this podcast run your life. I'm Tyler Lindsay, walking with thee. I just bumped into Corey Horgan in line at the dispensary. Jackie's out back, swinging the D. Brian Hagan is here, high as fuck on Jankum. Live from his catfish account, Clayton Hunt will join us. JC Cook is here and ain't leaving till 6 in the morning. The man of the booth is Eric Fogelberg, cranking the LCD pound system, if you know what I mean, as this 1,000,000-watt zombie-powered glitter bomb drops on your cerebellum. So quit microwaving your Pop-Tarts in the wrapper. Let's make this one count. Oh, that's a mouthful.
Hey!
How's it going?
Can we talk about how much I love the intro?
What's up, buddy? Woohoo!
Hanging in there. Hey, that intro rings true, by the way, because I've been picking grapes at a vineyard all week, and so I have been leaving at 6 in the morning.
You know that they sell wine like already bottled, man. They sell grapes already bagged, dude.
Yeah, you don't have to use your bathtub for that.
Yeah, you don't have to go
Express
picking for them. We don't have to forage anymore.
Well, no, the bathtub's just where I make my crank.
Yeah, me, dude.
That's what bathtubs are for.
At least the way I use mine.
Yeah, well,
We live in Boston. There's no bathtubs.
right on.
Oh, shit.
You just go down to the Catholic store and get some holy water, right?
No, we just
Yeah.
go to the creek, bathe in the creek. That's all it is. What, do we even have creeks, dude?
That's what I've been doing, for real.
That's
You've been creek bathing?
I have been creek bathing.
See, that's the thing. In the north, it's you go bathing in the creek. In the south, you go bathing in the
in
creek.
the creek. This is the creek.
On down to the creek.
Wait, is that a thing? 'Cause
Wash your
my
ass.
friend lives in North Carolina. She says crick. Is
Yeah.
that,
Oh, wow.
that is
That's
ridiculous.
another variation.
There's two
Creek,
E's in that
creek,
one.
creek.
Yeah,
Two
yeah,
E's.
there are two E's. I'm not sure who these people are that say creek, but supposedly they exist.
I've heard it. I'm not sure it's right or just, but it does happen.
All right, well, we got receipt, so I don't know. We got the word receipt. I don't know. Who
Got the
knows?
receipt.
I don't know.
We got
that.
pterodactyl, you know.
There's
We
a
just
P
say
in
whatever
there
we want.
somewhere.
We just say whatever we want, you know.
You have pterodactyl. That is definitely true.
And knife. Foreign.
I mean, knife.
Knife and foregg. And
There's a reason that they call English a
Barn.
bastard language.
True.
So did after our interview last week, COVID-19 said he was going to be around. Did anybody run into him this week? Or?
I have not. Fortunately, I have to say I've kind of gone out of my way after talking to him last time. I don't know. Just kind of bugs me.
He does. He sent me an envelope in the mail filled with some white shit. What is that all about?
Ooh,
It's
hey.
funny because
Oh,
he
you
said-
got my cocaine shit.
It wasn't
what that
labeled,
is.
so I didn't know. But I did it all. So
he had said that he was going to Florida, and I saw that on that last Saturday that there were 15,300 new cases in a single day in Florida. So I mean, he clearly was making the rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, you like to see your friends succeed, you know.
You can tell he
it's
really
all about
liked to
friendship,
travel.
you know.
True that.
Yeah, he filled a fairly large venue there, didn't he?
I guess.
He could have done 2 nights back to back, really. But
Well, I'm sure he needs a little rest, too.
Tired
the Lord
virus.
can do it on the 7th day.
Oh, shit.
oh man, so we got a lot of Vermin news to talk about.
Oh,
Yes.
heck yeah.
Bring it on. Let's hear it.
Big
Drop
stuff.
it. Drop it.
Well, the main thing is he won a judicial committee, which is like dispute resolvers, in like within
Judge
the
Judy?
party. We now have to call him Supreme Court Justice. I put
Justice Supreme.
Sexy.
Justice Supreme.
It is sexy, right? It just rolls off the tongue.
Kind of blows up my skirt. Just thinking about it blows up my skirt a little bit.
I wonder if he started
Nay.
wearing a robe yet.
A robe and a boot.
I mean, if I were on that
I think
judicial
he-
committee, I'd wear a robe everywhere.
True.
Corey
True.
wears a robe everywhere.
Yeah, I do. I do wear a robe. pretty
This
They're
frequently.
just
motherfucker walks
comfortable.
his dog in a robe.
Fuck yeah.
Right on.
Judge not, lest ye be vermin.
What do you say? I want to be judge,
Nay.
Judy, and executioner. that was his take. Yeah, that was his take. On episode 4, I believe it was 4, right?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
just like moving through these episodes. I love it.
Yeah, I was really surprised. Like he took home some votes. I mean, I know it took him 2 days to get the totals in because I know that they were trying to figure out how to do some special math to knock him down. But he was 65 votes like away from not making the cut, and that's a whole lot of people to displace in a party with like 1,000 delegates. So
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is, they were bringing in their the consultant James Ogle for the correct.
the divine arithmetic.
Oh, my
We'll
Lord.
leave our audience to discover James Ogle on their own if they care to. I'm not going to
His,
link back. I'm
his
not going to link back to
preferred-
him. No.
His preferred pronouns are sine and cosine.
Oh, wow. Wow. It's a handful. He is a handful for sure.
So
I
what
just-
else has been going on?
As far as Vermin goes, I thought it was just wonderful to still see his great presence there. Him
Aw.
winning this particular judicial committee seat. I think it's just going to be a really good thing moving the party forward, keeping him there and keeping his great messaging right there within the party like that. I was glad to see it.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Still running as a write-in, I guess. What, running against Trump still? Is that it? Running against Kanye?
Yeah, I mean, he's always running, so like you
Right.
can't really
Yeah.
kind of put that down. So he's not like actively running, but obviously,
we need him around. We need
people
him to
are
stay
yeah,
around.
and
Hey,
people are
still got
welcome
my
to write
vote.
him in if they choose.
And they better because, I mean, love. Love.
Yeah, yeah. It's,
What, I didn't get any backup for that, guys? Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Love,
Sorry.
hearts,
Thank you,
all
Eric.
that.
I'm sorry.
I'll put some
space. I'm
sorry,
I'll put
I'm
a heart
sorry.
sound effect right here.
oh, that's
There you go.
there he is,
It's
the
a hard
man
sound
of the
effect.
hour, shirtless as always.
Oh, I guess there is a doop 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 doop. I don't know.
Oh no, I don't need to link now.
Oh, hey, Vermin, there he is.
I'm here now.
Hey,
Yes.
Hi, Vermin.
Very
Hi.
nice. Very well. Nothing new. Berry picking. I'm picking a lot of berries these days. That's all I can say. That
Everybody's
gives me
Everyone's picking stuff
life
this-
meaning in the off season. Yes, I've given myself a quota of 1 quart of blueberries a day, and so I've been trying to keep up with that. And sometimes it takes hour, maybe 2, or maybe a little longer. But we've been eating a lot of blueberry pies and blueberry cakes, and we are cooking with blueberries. That's all I can say. And blueberries are nature's superfood, so
Yeah.
that's exciting.
Yeah, they are great.
Well,
They're
weirdly enough,
absolutely-
JC has been picking his own damn grapes and making toilet wine. So, I mean, everyone's picking their own stuff. I love it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I make a nice
picking my nose.
Pinot in the toilet.
I'm starting to wonder if the if this podcast is going to be heard. Like y'all are out in the fields picking grapes and berries and shit. Like, have mobile devices just been disinvented or something?
Oh no, man! We're going all and prim, baby. It's all we're going and prim.
agrarian libertarians
Agrarian libertarian.
getting our hands dirty.
That's right.
Grazing, baby.
So,
Foraging.
in case anybody in our audience doesn't recognize your voice, ladies and gentlemen, Vermin Supreme is here.
Oh, yes, I am. That's my name. Doing stuff is my game. Yeah. Yes,
So we-
exciting times. Let me
Yeah,
tell
we
you.
wanted to take a minute just to talk about the JC win and then maybe some other stuff that's going on with just Vermin Land.
Well, yeah, I won. I won something. It's my second election win, I guess, in my long and illustrious career of election losses. And of course, it's true. It's a matter of fact that I never lose. So there is that corollary with that statement. But yes, I was nominated once again, much like my presidential campaign. I was approached. I was recruited. It's something that I never would have considered or thought of doing. But yes, I was asked to partake of a slate of Judicial Committee members, I guess. I like to think of ourselves as judges, of course. But people got nominated at the convention. We had the second part of that convention, the hybrid convention, some online, some live in person. And I was indeed nominated and received enough votes to be in the top 7. And so now I'm a full-fledged member of the Judicial Committee of the Libertarian Party. We have a very limited role. There's only a very limited number of actual subjects that we're allowed to involve ourselves in.
I would expect you to expand that power base, though. In short order.
Well,
as a tyrant we can trust. I mean, that's
using a locking pad for a major overhaul. Now, I'm not going to be the Chief Justice per se, because I don't believe that it's really fair for me to be chair. So I'm not really going for the chair position. I think Mary Ruort might end up with that, if not Chuck Moulton. Because quite frankly, I'm not really clear on what's going on. So I didn't feel that it would be appropriate for me to be chair of the Judicial Committee. Once again, I was convinced to join the Judicial Committee with the understanding that it's a very important and prestigious role that doesn't really do very much. And the Judicial Committee is very seldom activated. And once again, it's for a very specific set of possible circumstances. And because there are absolutely no qualifications, obviously I am eminently qualified to partake on the board. Now, of course, I'm not without judicial experience, because I was indeed an acting judge at a bearded man competition called Bearding Man a few years back. So I did, in fact, judge beards. And of course, I did have a very unsuccessful run for the Attorney General of Kansas. And of course, that was a beautiful thing also, because they had no requirements or qualifications whatsoever. But of course, I was eminently qualified for that one. And the law was totally on my side until it wasn't.
Yeah, we learned in court later that they do have a qualification to run in Kansas. It's that
they made it up.
Don't be Vermin Supreme. Is pretty much what their qualification is.
At the time, they took my money. At the time they took my money, they had no problem with taking my money. But it was, of course, the whoever was in charge of the Republican Party that first put up the initial objection based on a residency requirement that wasn't clear-cut at all. And that led to a decision by the Board of Objections. Now, of course, because I was running for the Attorney General, it caused several things to happen. Number one, it caused, when the Democrats realized that I was coming to Kansas with a pocket full of money to become the sole nominee on the Democratic ticket against the incumbent Derek Schmidt, they had to scramble and put somebody up officially. And they chose somebody that was not their first choice. And this woman later went down in a small scandal of her own when it was discovered that she had a poster with her law firm's logo of Wonder Woman strangling a police officer with her magic lasso. So that was a scandal that was just waiting to happen. So that happened because of my run. I forced the Republicans to object. I forced the objection committee to convene. I forced that the Attorney General was a member of the objection committee, so he actually had to recuse himself from the objection committee. Now, the board did meet with their 2 remaining members, and they did decide that the objection was justified. And so then my attorney, we sued the state of Kansas, and that essentially forced, again, the Attorney General to recuse himself and hire an outside law firm to represent the state of Kansas against me as I was seeking an injunction in federal court to be put on the ballot. To no avail, but nonetheless, it was a righteous fight. It was a beautiful time. They eventually did give me my filing fee back, so there was that. And I did have a great rally in Kansas. A whole high school debate club came to hear me speak.
Nice.
And there was really a good time. But so that's really my experience. Now, of course, with the Rainbow Gathering, I've been involved in any number of dispute resolutions. So there is that. And of course, I believe that our website, Vermin Supreme 2020, did in fact promote replacing the Supreme Court with an actual literal court consisting of kangaroos.
I'm all for it.
All of those things combined obviously led the delegates to assume that I was a legitimate candidate.
Thank you for your service.
Well,
Yes, thank you for your service,
Honestly,
Vermin.
I don't know who else would
Thank
be
you, Your
doing
Honor.
it if not you.
Seriously.
The Kansas campaign was actually my very first experience with you, Vermin. I helped write, because remember your press release was nothing but limericks. I wrote a couple of those limericks.
Inspired all sorts of limericks. There was like dozens of people were inspired to capture that moment in time in limerick form. And it even led to a legitimate newspaper article in the Kansas City Journal, I think, that included the limericks. It was really a very fun, little interesting twist and absurd moment. And so it was very on brand. That's for sure.
Right
JC,
on.
do you remember any of them?
Oh my God. No, I know that we made fun. Quite a few of them were making fun of the Kansas Republican Party and the guy that made the decision to kick him off the ballot. I put his name specifically in one of the limericks.
You said you were rehearsing for half an hour. What were you doing, actually? I was waiting for this. Come on.
Oh, that's
No,
coming.
I know.
That's coming.
Here it is.
That's
Here it
coming.
is.
The Attorney General was in fact named Derek Schmidt, and I believe that did in fact rhyme in doggerel form with excrement. I believe.
He is still our Attorney General.
And I got to meet Chris Kobach, and that was pretty funny. Because he's a pretty outrageous character and forcing all that a lot of the Trump agenda in terms of the voting stuff, and so it was pretty fun to sort of mug with him and shove my giant toothbrush in his face and force this really weird photo up for him.
Heck yeah!
And it was one of those. It was one of the best things. Because it was unexpected. It was unplanned. It was one of those weird little occurrences that happened to me in the off election year. I was on my Facebook one day and saw how these high school students were all running for governor of Kansas because they found this loophole in the state constitution that said that the legislator could in fact put in requirements, but they never ever did in the entire history of the state of Kansas. And so that was the loophole that they were using to run for governor. And of course I looked at it and I said, I'll do that also.
Dope.
But then I realized I didn't want to step on the kids' toes. I didn't want to, it started to become a crowded race. And so then I looked down ballot and saw that the Attorney General was open, and I figured I was running. Part of my claim was that I thought I had a very good chance because people hate lawyers and I wasn't a lawyer. And I thought that was there.
I mean, it's formulaic, but it absolutely is true.
It's actually like pretty crazy. You've come face to face with quite a few politicians, pretty major ones.
Oh, indeed, that's very true. All in a day's work on a good day, I must say.
You look good doing it, Vermin.
Well,
Vermin, my question for you is: now that you're on the Judicial Committee, did the LP give you a robe?
I believe that, let's not be making any robe jokes now about the LP. Let's just make sure. It would be a black robe, not a white robe, as some people might quip. But yes, from my understanding, Judicial Committee members must supply their own robes, their own powdered wig, and their own gavel.
Vermin Supreme and the amazing Technicolor dream robe.
Yes. With a big toothbrush on the back, wearing a cape.
Because some people say that shit about libertarians, and they'll apply that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I've been seeing a lot of that on Twitter recently, in fact, especially with the Joe comment and supporting Black Lives Matter, for example. And that really drew out a lot of cranky, nasty, seemingly racist supporting comments.
Absolutely.
And of course, I don't believe that type of thing really does the Libertarian Party any favors. When Joe makes a statement disavowing racism, and then every racist motherfucker who claims to be a libertarian is commenting on the post.
Right.
Yep.
That's a little embarrassing.
Yeah, what he said.
They're always libertarian until they get to the voting booth.
Ugh.
Yep.
Then they pound their putt and vote for Donald Trump or whatever Republican
Right.
shit's running that
Or
week.
they're like Alex Jones libertarians, or there's just a lot of horseshit calling itself libertarian. But the idea is to change the culture of the LP. I think that's what we're all trying to do, and obviously you are, a focal point for that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you just took 30% of the vote at the, out of the national delegates for the Judicial Committee. I mean, that's huge.
Obviously the LP members of the LP represent, just a small fraction of the people who consider themselves or self-identify or call themselves libertarian. The big L libertarian versus the little L libertarian. And I think it seems to me that people who affiliate with the Libertarian Party are agreeing to a certain spectrum or a certain set of agreements, based in the platform itself, and
absolutely
shouldn't be deviating too crazily far from that until the platform's changed in their favor or whatever. But I don't think there's a really solid argument or place in the LP for bigots or racists or xenophobes or misogynists or haters of any stripe. And of course, unfortunately, the paleo wing of the party does all that it can to bring in, those. Well, I don't want to call them horrible people, but let's just say horrible people.
I'm good with trash. Trash is fine. We're agreeing on trash. That's fine.
Human excrement, yes.
Well, and you're also an anarchist, right? A lot of people have gotten the wrong idea that you self-identify as a total libertarian.
No, I am first and foremost an anarchist. I've been identified an anarchist from the left perspective, cutting my teeth on Kropotkin and running in the streets with the anti-authoritarian blocks and all of those things, absolutely 100%. But the Libertarian Party itself is indeed a party that consists of anarchists and minarchists. And that is one of the things that certainly attracted me to the party, that allows me to work with the party in good conscience, minarchists and anarchists working together to dismantle the state. And even the more disagreeable portions of the platform that some may find are, ultimately they're consistent with an anarchist perspective of dismantling the state. I mean, so when I'd be on a debate stage and you'd hear these people, some of these candidates, we will end Medicare day one. We will end Social Security day one. We will end the FDA. We're going to abolish the FDA. We're going to abolish the CDC. And all these things. And yes, it is true that those are natural extensions of the abolishment of the state. But for me, I think it's more about the priorities involved. And I was talking about that today on an interview about, let's concentrate on the biggies. Let's bring the troops home. Let's end the overseas war. Let's cut like trillions and trillions of the defense budget. Let's legalize the drugs. Let's end the drug war. Let's clear out the prisons. Let's wipe out the prison industrial complex. If we start doing these things, then myself personally, I have a lot of nuance and subtlety, and I don't like to see people starving in the streets, and I don't like to see the homeless. Although I fully agree that any government program is going to be administered badly and inefficiently, and a lot of that money is going to go into the bureaucratic industrial complex side of things. But I'm not opposed to keeping people alive in a sensible fashion. I mean, what sense does it make to have people thrown out of their homes, especially in this pandemic? I mean, the government claims these unheralded extensions of their power, which they'll do with any sort of crisis or such a thing. And yet, why won't they use them in some other way? They'll enforce this and demand that, but they won't say, okay, an eviction prohibition for a while, or if the government claims all of these incredible powers and are using them generally against the welfare and benefit of the people instead of for their benefit, especially in these extraordinary times. Why I believe a lot of normal people understand that during times of crisis that the state and government tends to claim extra authority. Right. And whether that authority is genuine or legitimate or enforceable are all different topics. I feel like I can pontificate and talk out my ass a little bit more freely, not being a candidate for president.
Absolutely.
And to that end, we're working on something now, actually. The Vermin Supreme Institute. I was going to read our mission statement for the audience real quick and then let you kind of give your thoughts on that. Our purpose is to inspire social evolution through the disruption of authoritarianism, to promote compassionate activism, and to spread knowledge of redacted history. Through the use of humor, direct action, and mutual aid, we uplift the disaffected, disenfranchised, and disempowered.
Did you say disinfected?
I might have, but it's actually disaffected. Yes,
because that's very important in this day and age with the COVID and stuff.
So we might need to add that for the time being. Yeah,
we should definitely be disinfecting people. Absolutely, I agree. That's I think that would be a very good initiative for the institute. Yes, the Vermin Supreme Institute. It's a very exciting new project. It's essentially taking my name, Vermin Supreme, and adding the word institute to it, and really, it just makes it sound super legit, right? And so that's what we're trying to do: magically create this super legit thing simply by calling it an institute and tacking the word institute on the end of my name, Vermin Supreme. The mission statement obviously is pretty clear. I think it states pretty well about what it is we hope to achieve, and how did we come into being. It was indeed the Vermin Supreme for president seeking the nomination of the LP that formed an amazing collective of activists and LP members and my campaign team. It was our campaign team, and the campaign was over, and but the campaign, the members, the people who had been working together and established such a family-like rapport and relationship with one another, wanted to continue this work inspired by all the stupid shit that I've been doing for so long. And that's a very beautiful thing. And, we brainstormed and tried to figure, what we could do next. And this was what we came up with. It's a 501c4, I believe.
Yes.
Or a 503c4. I can never. 501c4. Nothing to do with C4 at all. It just happens to have that name. Allegedly. It does have the potential destructive power of C4, I suppose. And it is a not-for-profit political organization. It's different from a nonprofit. A nonprofit, you could you could write off your donations, and your donations would be public. It's different from my campaign committee, my campaign organization, which was a 527 something, and that was more of a public thing that existed for one purpose only.
Right.
Whereas this other entity is used by many political operatives and organizations to create this sort of super PAC-y type of effect. So we can accept donations, which of course we would continue doing, but it's anonymous. So that's a little scary, I guess. But if you want to give us a lot of money and don't have anybody know about it, you can totally do that, and we will put that to some very good use, creating a little bit of subversion for you, and we'll let you know all about it. So there is that, and we can spend up to 50% of our resources on overtly political projects, and the other half could be administrative or philanthropic in nature. And so I think we are starting out really trying to be an educational operation, because I think that's the easiest thing that we can deliver straight up front, but we also have some very high hopes if things go very well. And we also had a heck of a time deciding whether we should be called the Vermin Supreme Institute or the Vermin Supreme Initiative. I liked initiative because it was more actiony and whatever. But then we came to the general understanding that if we are an institute, then we can have initiatives. We can sponsor initiatives. And so we have several initiatives that we're starting up with. We're starting like the historic horse history portions. We are starting a Beautiful People Project, where we will be acknowledging activists and people who are doing wonderful things in terms of mutual aid and what have you. And then we will be branching out. You know, we will be sort of accepting proposals for initiatives and offering the various resources. And also, of course, protest survival tactics is going to be another wing or another initiative that we're working on, sort of adapting a lot of the material that I've been working on. We will be folding in, I think, a piece of the Disrupt the Vote project, offering other anti-duopoly candidates resources for their campaigns and things like that. So it will become more defined and more clear as we move along and do more things. But I think we have a pretty good amorphous idea of what we are doing, and a fairly decent bare bones structure, and a couple simpler to pull off projects as a proof of concept, and just to get us busy and get us started.
Right.
And
that's so exciting.
I think that accurately reflects what we're doing.
Yes, that is so exciting.
It is, right? It's inspiring.
It is so inspiring. I want to go scream in the streets right now, but I can't.
So we've had this unprecedented moment in time, and we've parlayed it into the ability to change the way things are going in our own way.
Yes.
And I think that is just, it's got to be like kind of a different concept, especially in, as far as party politics. I mean, and to inspire and support people, talk about mutual aid, talk about charity and decency and all these things, and non-state solutions. It's completely different than any other candidate has ever done, if you ask me.
It's causing
Absolutely.
noise. I love it.
And I think it's just a natural extension of what we've been doing, and the message, especially, it's sort of amplifying the message. It's what we've been talking about, and it's just it's a different format. The previous incarnation was utilizing seeking the nomination to actively put forth these ideas, and I think this is a really good. It's not even a pivot. It's just sort of a continuation of the direction of the line that we've been working on for a while.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
And we're not even going to be teaching economics to a bunch of doofuses. There's plenty of people that do that nonsense.
Well, there will be no short. Ponynomics will indeed be a focus.
Ponynomics.
Yeah, that's true. Ponynomics is very important. Very important.
Bar of the door.
I do hope that it will also be fun. Because I am known for fun, and I think the Vermin Supreme Institute would not do my Vermin Supreme legacy justice if it wasn't a little bit of fun or a little bit funny. I think I'll be adapting my the history lesson that I present to the colleges, the history of satirical and humorous candidates throughout history in the political process. So there's a lot of things that exist that I think we can start adapting, and just as I don't want to say content filler, but definitely a content filler for the until we can really start cranking out everything on all cylinders.
Yeah, I mean, how do you not get excited about that? You know, that's just awesome.
I'm glad you're excited.
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
Your excitement is exciting.
Oh, awesome.
We're shooting for soft launch here in a week or so.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's great because there's like no other like enjoyable way to approach politics. It's like Vermin Supreme is like one of the only fun ways to get involved.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, he's not only fun, but he knows his shit. He's been doing this longer than anybody, and he's just
if
knows
nothing
his
else,
shit.
I fake it very well. And if nothing else, this last election year of all those debates have got me into a really good space of talking out my ass and pretending to know what I'm, talk about shit that I don't necessarily know about, but in an authoritative manner. Quite frankly, that's the secret right there, kids.
Well, your ass is a hell of a linguist.
Yeah, it's also in a manner that is adaptable and that people can relate to. You know what I mean?
And super not condescending.
Based on principles. You've got some principles, and everyone relates to those principles.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be an expert.
They're all over the place, but yeah, I got principles.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
But yeah.
We like chaos.
Well, all right. We are going to let us You want to stick around for that?
Is this some sort of cultural appropriation of some religious stuff or something?
We are going to omm and talk about.
Sounds like sounds like some cultural appropriation.
No, we're actually omming and like saying good things about ourselves.
No.
I do that every day.
It's affirmation.
Tyler.
I've been to plenty of rainbow gatherings. I've done plenty of omming, but I also know that there is some cultural appropriation involved, and that it is a sacred chant, and it is supposed to bring one to a higher consciousness and these type of things. Now, if you want to spoof it in a humorous fashion,
we're not spoofing at all. We're actually omming.
You're actually omming. All right.
Yeah.
Can we just handle some snakes?
That sounds fun. I want some like crazy
Snake handling.
rockabilly music playing while I handle the snake and say, "Oh, bless us all, children."
I'm handling the snake right now.
I know what you're talking about.
If y'all want, I can say the pasta's prayer.
All right. We'll and then if once we're done, and you
can do what you want.
If you think it's cultural appropriation, we'll go ahead and we'll cut you out of the segment.
Just do what you want.
What is this? Some sort of fucking copyright-free fucking hippie bullshit? Where'd you find this? What the fuck?
It's just meditation music, yeah.
Meditation music? Sounds like some sort of fucking new age fucking hippie bullshit. What is
Play some
come
Rush.
on. That's what am it's supposed to be putting him into some sort of imagine, if you will, the sun is rising up your ass. Imagine, if you will. No, get that music back on. The bit's gonna work. I'll make the whip work.
Get the music
You're
back.
totally taking me out
Turn
of
the lights off. Turn off the lights.
Okay, here we go.
Let him go.
Here's your guided meditation, okay?
Here's your guided
Imagine, if you will, you are lying free as the sun slowly rises above the horizon. You grab your legs and roll up so your buttocks shine towards the rising sun. Now spread those cheeks and feel your chakras fill up with sunshine, killing the COVID virus up your ass.
Oh, saucy.
Oh my God.
All right.
He goes, oh
So
my God.
you guys can always want this.
I am
but
not
fucking
getting
out
a
of here.
tingling
That's
feeling.
some hippie crap. I'm sorry. I can't. No, bye-bye.
What?
Well, that was the most relaxing meditation I have
That was
ever
pretty
done.
I'm full of rage right now. I'm full of rage. I don't know what you're talking about.
I
Yeah.
really
He's
feel
full
the
of
sun on my
sunlight.
ass.
I do not feel the tingle at all here.
Play some Rush. I've been begging for
okay.
Rush. Let's play some Rush.
I'm gonna be honest. I might have came a little.
Oh, dude.
Oh God.
Same though.
No, but I think Vermin brings up some good points, and we should be sensitive to these issues. However,
Oh, we should.
I'm not
This
sensitive
is
to
all
all the other
satirical.
religions we make fun of on
That's
the
true.
air.
That is
That's true, that's true, that's
We
true.
do poke fun of everyone,
Right.
pretty much.
So,
including myself. I
if
mean, we make fun of
anything, we're
ourselves,
giving
too.
this one kind of a.
Feel the sunshine on your prostate.
Oh, I do.
Open
Once a
up
day.
your anus to the world, like goatsy.
Ooh.
Like goatsy.
Oh, that's beautifully inspiring.
Open yourself
that
up.
one's for the young
Open
ones.
yourself up. Turn yourself inside out.
Yes, Mr.
So,
President.
I believe we have a new casualty to 2020. 2020 has turned Vermin Supreme cynical.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, let's definitely re-record that one. We'll release it.
Look at him laughing.
No,
as is.
I wanna get that one on CD and put it in my car every time I'm driving.
That's perfect for the morning commute.
Yeah.
Now, is it possible to spread one's asshole towards the stars?
Yeah. Well, the sun is the star. JC, that you're correct.
JC's always asking the deep questions, the real deep ones.
The important ones.
I'm just glad he didn't ask,
Well, see-
can you feel my sunshine?
Can you feel my
JC, the thing is that if you turn your asshole towards the stars, that's how you get probed by aliens.
Oh, bam.
This is very true.
Hey, you know, don't talk about being probed by aliens. That's cultural appropriation.
Wow.
Hey, I'm a redneck. We can talk about that. That is my people's experience.
That's my people. We've been through it.
That's your culture.
All right, so cynical left Twitter Vermin has gone home for the night. So we're going to go ahead and anyway. Because I want
Hey.
everybody to feel relaxed and empowered and centered.
Positive.
And
Well, I enjoyed the
whatever
butt
else.
one, but I'll do this one too.
Yeah, I own through my
The
butt.
butt one works
I
too.
own
Just
through
do
my
what
butt.
you want. We're
The
giving
butt
people
one is-
options are good. Okay, I know Bernie Sanders doesn't believe in options, but they are good.
Oh, that's true.
Oh shit!
Invisible hook.
There goes half the audience.
There goes
All
half the audience.
Hi, Bernie Bros.
Come back. We have ponies.
Yeah,
We have ponies.
It's okay. Not.
And if you don't
some
want
of
to
us
culturally
like
appropriate,
Bernie.
just pony instead of own.
Yeah, you can pony however you want.
Just when we're saying you can
I'm
say
just talking about
shame.
Bone.
Nay.
All right, let's hit this thing. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Ready?
Deep breaths. All right, so what we're asking tonight is, what is the best thing you've ever done? And this is your own interpretation. So let's start with the new guy, Brian Hagan. Let's give it a shot.
The best thing I've ever done. Introduce June Carter Cash on stage at the Golden Eagle Casino in Horton, Kansas.
Oh,
That's a cool one.
Thank you.
Let's go to producer person, Eric Fogelberg. What's the best thing you've ever done?
The first time I did this segment with Vermin Supreme.
Yes.
All right, Jackie, it's your turn. What's the best thing you've ever done?
I went streaking at Bonnaroo.
Okay, wait. Shit, I can't hear.
They didn't hear me? Oh, I went streaking at Bonnaroo.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
That's a good
Bonnaroo.
Yes,
Right on.
yes.
You
No one responded. It was really awkward.
needed to after that. Clayton, what's the best thing you've ever done?
Blade, take this job and shove it to my boss. My 2 weeks notice.
Ooh.
JC, what's the best thing you've ever done?
The best thing that I've ever done was when I adopted my puppy, Bilbo Wagon, who just had a birthday 2 days ago.
Oh, happy birthday, Bilbo.
Happy birthday, Bilbo.
Happy birthday.
All right, Corey, you're in the hot seat. What's the best thing you've ever done?
Best thing I ever did was feel content.
Nice. I like that one. Oh.
Such a Corey response.
And I guess it's my turn. The best thing I've ever done is choosing love over self.
Oh.
Right on.
Oh, were we done?
I'm a changed person.
Hold on. A bunch of Indians just kicked my door in.
Oh, no.
And just so you know, Buddhists also do the chant. Just so you know that.
You're a Buddhist.
Officially, yes. Trust me, I
And
know.
just so you know, like, I do the Om chant when I meditate. So
Anybody
I'm not
can
a Buddhist,
anybody can
but-
do it.
Again,
Did-
we're using this as a meditation experiment, not as a religious ceremony of any sort. So
Yeah,
Right.
it's self-appreciation.
It's very much appreciation.
And
that's
yours was
exactly
your
it,
answer
Jackie.
was like
Thank you.
yours
we
was
aim
so
to kick
profound,
people
Tyler.
in the balls here, not step on their toes.
That's
Good motto to live by.
You want to refer back to your own answer there, Tyler? Jeez. No, that's good. That was a good segment. I feel like rejuvenated,
Yeah.
ready to start a riot. So let's go.
Oh, man.
Yeah, like, I don't know if it's the meditation or the kratom, but I feel pretty great right now.
Probably both.
I vote.
Yeah. Meditation and a good IPA are pretty boss.
That's helpful.
Out.
Helpful. Very helpful.
Well, he's walking away for the moment, but I think Corey was going to bring us some news about gigging in the demic.
Don't ever call it the demic again.
Yeah, it's like my attempt at being hip.
Yeah, we had our first video gig since the whole friggin' pandemic. And it was very nice to do something like that again.
Wait, what did we do?
Wait, huh?
You were there. Yeah,
I was there, yeah,
We
yeah.
got to film. We got to film some people for money again. And
I got like a free
Oh,
concert. It was great.
a
it's been a
gig.
long time
Yeah.
since I did that.
Like
yeah.
a musical gig for those who aren't who don't know the jargon.
Well, yes. They,
Those of us who just aren't hip.
They were.
I thought you were catching frogs with a fork or something.
Me too.
Those of us who
Yeah.
still say
Yeah, you Southern folk. I mean, come on.
pandemic instead of just demic, like the cool kids. You know?
So you got
has
paid
time
to
for
do.
the pan?
You got paid to do something that you have skill with, right? That's what
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
It's a gig.
Like in
When
person.
you have skill. Yeah, you got paid
Yeah,
for
Urban
it.
Dictionary,
Alive,
guys. Shit.
yes.
And it's been a minute. Nobody's wanted to do any of that shit since the whole pandemic, so
It was
pretty
very nice being around other
refreshing.
Right on.
So where do you have to go?
Out in the boonies, we went actually to somebody's house. They got a whole like band set up in their basement, and we filmed them doing like a live performance of their songs.
Oh no,
A lot of
Really
fun.
great, man.
We took the Maserati. It was great.
Yes,
Were
Jackie
you,
brought us over in her
did
whip.
you mask up?
No.
No,
Yes.
actually, it was my brother's band. So all these people are already in my house with their germs.
You say that, it sounds less cool, though.
Yeah. This sounds like you just moved locations of where you hang out with the same people.
No,
There
these
were
guys
4
don't
new
ever come
people?
over here. My brother goes there and plays music with them.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
But it was a lot of fun. They
dig it.
brought in they had us bring in the lights and the cameras, and we finally actually got to use them again.
I pushed record a bunch of times. That was really good.
Thank you for your service, Jackie.
great.
Yeah,
Thank
that's like 90% of the recording arts right
Oh,
there.
I'm here to please. You know?
Maybe.
Well, no, you also have to set an arbitrary number for time.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a good
Oh
one, Corey.
my lord!
That's right.
Shots fired.
Wait, I missed it. I don't know what they said.
Wow. Wow. JC is challenging Sempty code. He's like, it's a phantasm. It's not real. That sync stuff is not real.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, MC Max Sterner said that.
You're right.
MC Max.
I mean, auditory and visual arts are so disconnected that we really don't need any way to interconnect them at all.
All right. Well, you
Not
treat
at
it,
all.
You treat it like people on the internet treat other kinds of artists. So, hey, can you just draw me a picture for free? Dude, I'll do so much promotion.
Yeah.
Hey, you're like an artist, so you're like not actually a real like professional or anything.
So draw me a
Yeah,
picture.
of course.
You must do that entirely for fun.
I
don't agree with that.
I saw somebody posted the other day.
Because I don't agree with that.
Oh, it was on Twitter, I guess. I saw somebody retweeted this like OnlyFans girl, like she
Me?
she posted a screenshot of the guy. A guy DM'd her and said, "Hey, my credit card's not working. Can you send me a pic of yours?" So that I can download your photos. And this is all in like broken English too, and like weird. And, like she's like, "What are you? What? What?"
It's even a serious request.
He's like,
Was it Julie Borowski or whatever her name is?
Oh,
Like, I'll send you a T-shirt.
Oh no.
yeah, it was for the
no.
girl in sweater reading Rothbard. Yes, whatever the hell that was.
Gross.
imagine Julie Borowski JOI.
What?
Don't do
Oh,
that.
I just did.
Don't
Worse than that,
do
there's of
that.
course the Dave Smith OnlyFans. So picture Dave Smith JOI.
Oh,
I think I need to ohm again.
I need.
You've just
Professional comedian.
everything we spent minutes of our lives on.
We'll let our fans research what that means and then clear their history after.
No shit.
Ohm and clear your history. I like it.
Just
clear
use
my history after
DuckDuckGo,
every
man. I
use.
mean, it'll clear it for you.
Ooh, that's
What
wow. I
the?
hadn't thought about that.
I'm sticking with Ask Jeeves. Thank you very much.
Ask Jeeves. You're paying a
wonderful.
butler to Google stuff for you? No, you got a butler
Ask
to Google
Jeeves?
stuff for you.
He prefers the term jovial.
Ask Jeeves runs on a potato. That's how technology is. Fueled
So
by
does
potatoes.
has anybody else been like out and about work related, or like have you gone to a physical place to do a thing that you hadn't done in quite a while?
I went to a beach, and I was far away from a lot of people. It was great.
Oh yeah.
Does that count as like being out?
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
'Cause
they
other than
closed
that, it's
the
either that
beaches in
or,
some
like-
places for whatever weird reason.
I played really, really loud rock and roll the last
Fuck.
2 weekends in a row, and I'm gonna do it again tomorrow. And my ears literally kind of hurt after.
Do it. Play
Yeah.
it harder.
I play.
I want to hear it in Boston, man.
I did a demic gig the other day, as a matter of fact. I had
since we're
my
talking gigs.
first radio broadcast live in some time at our local vape shop, and not a single person was wearing a mask. And every
great.
person who came in looked identical to the memes that you see talking about the guy who's going to do a 20-minute rant in his pickup truck.
Oh man, the monster caps go for everyone, right? They just hand them out at the vape shop, right? to save
So
themselves
many
time.
Masks mess up those fat clouds, bro. Vape Nation.
They got to print Confederate flags on
As
masks.
Clayton blows smoke.
Yeah, no,
yes.
then they'll sell.
Then they'll wear them.
Vape Nation, bro. Vape
Vape
Nation.
Nation.
Yeah, I guess it's not smoke. You're too much of a pussy for that.
So many
Oh,
Oakley
missed.
sunglasses on the back of hats.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tyler, you got me right in the heart. Oh,
Oh, heart attack
That's pretty
jokes.
good.
Always.
Aw, I didn't like that.
Oh, I didn't even catch that
I
shit.
didn't like that one. You leave him alone now. I'll fucking kill you. I'll
You
fucking
know-
kill you. I'll fucking kill you.
I mean, I was hardcore like a mug for.
The ultimate
You are a
defender,
fucking
Jackie.
badass, Tyler.
Yeah, we love you, bro.
Yeah, badass Tyler. That's
Now
your
I eat
name.
like a fucking. fucking
Tyler, I'm not
woodland
too far behind you
creature.
with all the red meat.
Like
I
a
eat, man.
hippie that has own meditations.
Give me that kale. Yeah, I'm gonna eat so much fucking kale. Hardcore.
You should get some of those Vermin blueberries.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's probably the
Yeah.
key. That's
When
probably
I'm
the key.
resorting to
Smuggle
kale after
I'll
mine.
smuggle
after
you
one
out
workout.
some grapes tomorrow in my asshole. So
Wow.
Funny, I've got grapes in
See?
my asshole right now.
See,
Kinky.
that's a different form of appropriation, by the way.
Prison
You're offending
appropriation.
JC. You're offending JC.
Anal appropriation, of course.
So, I mean, obviously, JC's out in the world of grapes.
Is anybody stockpiling gas?
I believe Clayton
No, it
got his
expires.
new job hawking booze somewhere, I think. Something like that. What are you
Oh,
doing?
yeah. You're a booze
You're
slinger.
You're a rum
Booze
runner,
slinger.
yeah?
Rum runner.
yeah. Went from stealing auto parts one piece at a time to bootlegging.
Oh. like you worked there for like 6 years and like built a car.
There's a song about that.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Johnny
oh
Cash.
no.
Now you can make one giant drink at a time. It's going to be like take a bottle here, a bottle there. In like 3 years, you'll have like a keg party.
Could be up to your elbows
That's
in
jungle.
hooch.
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 Speaking of places where you can't get real beer, and if you had a car, you would leave this fucking place. Did y'all hear the news about Oklahoma being half Native American land now? I think Brian had something about that.
Yeah, isn't that wild? It went before the United States Supreme Court earlier in the month of July, and the Supreme Court ruled that about half of Oklahoma is Native American land. That includes, of course, the major city of Tulsa. Now, I, like so many, got very excited about this, thinking, what exactly does this mean? Does that mean that no longer will the state have a hold over Oklahoma or this half of the state? Will it all be left up to sovereign guidance from the natives? Well, alas, no. It's nothing really that exciting at all. It's not going to be like some sort of a great... I thought it was going to be like an anarcho takeover and we can all go to Oklahoma and say screw the free...
Rojava in Oklahoma, yeah.
Right, and screw the Free Thought Project and all of that, and we don't need to go to New Hampshire now. We can go to Oklahoma. No, it's really boring. All it comes down to is that major crimes committed within the boundaries of reservations must be prosecuted in federal court rather than in state court. So what that means is it's boring as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's basically like when you purchase a star.
Basically,
They give,
yeah.
They gave him a certificate. They let him name it, and
And then it
then they
means
sold it
nothing.
to the next guy.
It's like a statist force multiplier. They literally stole land, then they turned it into one thing, and then changed their minds, and now they have even more power somehow.
No.
Right, because it all goes to the federal level. But I think if there's anything good to come out of this, what it does is instead of allowing the state to enforce any laws on the reservations, that'll all be left up to tribal councils. So I assume they get to set their own laws. So that would probably make weed and whatever they determine to be legal. So I guess that could be a step forward in the right direction if it's taken in that right way.
Maybe you can actually get like beer and liquor for free at Indian casinos now.
Boy, that would be nice.
Like
some of those laws and rules.
Sorry,
and
I said the word. Actually,
awful.
I was going to bring that up because I was reading the article about this thing, and it's calling the peoples Native Americans, but it continues to use the words Indian reservation, Indian country, Indian, like, like. What?
Somebody does something stupid in 1492, you got to carry that shit out.
Yeah, I guess so. Like
those actually are terms that the Native Americans themselves prefer to use. I do a lot of reporting on Native government in the Kansas area, and they prefer Indian country, Indian reservation. They prefer that themselves as tribal councils. So I don't know the motivation behind that,
because it's a forceful, like, from outside thing that happened. Like, it's an Indian reservation because that's what Andrew Jackson called it.
It got hung around their fucking necks is what I'm getting.
I mean, right along with that, though, the Washington Redskins changing their name. So a lot of Native American, I guess, good forward movement happening right now, along with everything else.
Just in general, like the concept that all people have human and natural rights, and you can't just subjugate people and then turn them into a mascot for your baseball team.
Yeah. Do y'all want to do an up down on this? So so Washington's changing their name and their branding.
They need to change their owner. Their owner needs to be changed. I'll vote for that.
They need to just get rid of the team.
Does Chicago follow?
Blackhawks? I don't know.
Yeah, Chicago hockey team, do they follow?
I've heard mixed things on that.
I mean, that's 100 years old you're talking about, or close. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, 100 years old.
I'm told that's less offensive, but I'm not going to be making any of these decisions, nor do I want to.
That's true, but Redskins sounds more like something along the lines of like blackface, where it's like literally focal pointing on the color of that person's skin, whereas Blackhawks is also used in the military. It's used as military terms. Not that that's what it is, I'm saying, but the term in general will be harder to...
Yeah, and it's not... I mean, the logo, is voted, top 5 logos in sports, and it's not a it doesn't look like a caricature. But that brings you to Cleveland. Are they going to, the baseball team, are they going to change their name?
They got rid of Chief Wahoo. They did years ago. And I'm a big baseball fan. I applauded that. And I think that they will be changing their name. I don't know if it's going to happen this 60-game season, but I think they will be. And then it's up to the Braves, because the Braves have that evil fucking tomahawk chop bullshit. And I like Braves baseball when I watch it. It's not that I understand the concept of Braves. I understand the concept of the Chiefs and all this. I'd like to see a tribal council of elders make some decisions on this sort of thing. Like, I really don't think I have the right to make it.
And then it goes below that, though, right? Then you've got like even there's minor league teams and high schools. Is Warriors? I mean, that's usually some bullshit with, a Native American on a horse with a bow and arrow and shit. Like,
well, I mean, you could redo Warriors to be less racially insensitive, such as, Warriors.
Yeah. Which
Warriors are good. Real good.
Talk about cultural appropriation. Like,
no shit.
Those guys had feathers in their hair. They just happened to be on fucking rollerblades.
Right.
I was just watching that movie the other day thinking that.
Was it roller skates or blades? I can't remember. That was not one of my favorites.
Skates, I believe. That was late 70s, so.
Yeah.
Blades were
yeah.
God, I love that movie.
Okay, so we're back to the up and down vote. What do we think about this? Let's go to people.
I say
down. Is everybody gonna do it? Like, is every single franchise gonna do this?
It's not should they, but will they?
Will they? Yeah.
If they will, I'm like that. But should they? I think it should. Yeah. They should follow advice.
I'm saying yes, but I think the Blackhawks don't.
They probably won't. I agree.
They probably won't. But should they? No, should they?
To budge off of that.
I think a lot of the ones that are like a lot more overtly racially insensitive are gonna have to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think public opinion has shifted enough to where it's not acceptable anymore.
It says a lot about the Redskins because the owner was adamant about never changing the name. He was like, "We will never change the name."
All caps.
And now he's like,
said, all caps.
All caps. He was like, "We are not
Yeah.
going to do it." And now he's like, "Well, we're going to do it."
Our high school is still the Redman, and they've been trying to change that for a while, and it fell through, 2 years ago when they took a vote on that. So I don't know. I mean, as far as the up and down goes, I would like to say, yes, it's going to happen, but there's still a lot of pushback. So I don't know just how far it's going to go in the long run.
Right on.
I'm all for changing the shit. How hard is it, you know?
It's a sports team, and it's going to be around forever. So let's make it. Let's progress for the future of sports. You know what I mean?
The food companies are doing it too.
2 episodes ago, you brilliantly said, "Let's tear down Mount Rushmore." You went right for the gold, and that is the principle. If change is going to happen, it has to be like go for the awfulest and change it, and everything else will fall into place. In my opinion.
Look at how many people freaked out over the Confederate flag thing, though. It's like, do read a fucking history book, A. I'm like, so if changing the name of sports teams is going to be, it's going to be a tough topic. So should they? Yes. Will they? I don't fucking know.
Right.
I have little hope.
Too. Agreed.
Well, I didn't tell y'all this, but we have a guest, and we can actually ask him this question because he's kind of from the area.
Yo, these surprise guests, man. I mean, do I have a mic open for him? Is he calling in? What's going on, man?
He is sitting right next to me.
Wow.
Yeah, I sprung him from federal prison earlier today.
Jesus Christ. That's brave, man. Oh, shit. I mean, that's cool.
That's anarchy in action.
I don't know if y'all know this. Have y'all seen this show on Netflix? I hadn't heard about it. I just kind of stumbled upon it. It's called Tiger King.
Sounds completely unfamiliar to me.
Huh?
Yeah.
I wish I didn't fucking love that show.
What's Netflix?
What's Netflix? Something on the World Wide Web?
Is that on the
I
UHF
fought
or the
the show for so
VHF?
long.
Netflix is this thing you put on X-Files to go to sleep to.
Okay.
Damn, that thing. Okay, yeah. So about this.
It's based on this guy who lived in Oklahoma and had this like tiger sanctuary / what do you call those things? I don't know, like a
zoo? You mean where they imprison animals?
Yeah, like a zoo. Yeah, like a roadside attraction with like these tigers in cages and shit, and weird, just weird shit. And
So like an animal FEMA camp?
Yeah, these aren't liberated animals. They're not libertarians. They're literally in cages.
What I think happened is these tigers were trying to cross the border from Texas into Oklahoma, and so he was capturing them and keeping them in cages to let them know that that's not okay.
Oh,
Right.
damn
Well, they're
tiger.
obviously insane because, like, who would want to go from Texas to Oklahoma?
Right.
Texas.
I mean,
Exactly.
there's something wrong with those tigers, obviously, but. So what he was doing, he was like, charging people, and they'd come through, and he'd do little shows with his tigers and train the tigers like Siegfried and Roy or whatever the hell. And
Wow.
but anyway, it devolves
sexy.
into this crazy kind of rivalry amongst tiger aficionados that leads down the path to possibly framed conspiracy to commit murder.
Holy shit.
So,
this is all news to me personally. So
yeah. I mean, I know that I haven't heard anything about it at all. And
No, nowhere.
it was
Gnome.
No.
What are we gnoming now?
Only on certain occasions.
It's a callback, man. It's a
Well,
callback.
yeah. We're getting gnome on in a couple of weeks here. Y'all are ruining the surprise. But
So anyway, this guy in Oklahoma.
sitting right next to me right now, hand on my thigh, is
Lovely.
the
He's kind of cute. too.
Tiger King himself.
Look at that feathered hair.
I forgot your
Can't
name,
believe
sir.
it.
What's your name?
I think you know what my name is, sir. By the way, it's a pleasure to be here. Joe Exotic. Wonderful opportunity to be on the show. And once again, thank you for springing me from the clink.
You're very welcome. It was a
Who's
pleasure.
gal, if and you want to call it.
I'm a libertarian, so untechnically, fuck the feds.
Well, you know, I'm one of them too. I don't know if you remember, but a couple of years ago, I run for the presidential nomination for the Libertarian Party.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of those guys.
Yeah, I didn't quite get it, but you know, we had a good run. Met some wonderful people. Got some stories to tell. It's pretty unremarkable, actually. Now that I think back on it.
Unremarkable.
This series kind of paints you in this light as a real eccentric. I mean, you've got a Prince Albert. You are a gay, kind of hillbilly-ish Texan, Oklahoman with frosted
And a
blonde
polygamist.
hair.
Don't forget about that now.
Yeah, I like gay, by the way. I like gay, so we're good.
Gay is good.
I had 2 husbands, 2 of them.
Eric, he's actually gay.
So lots of gay. There's
Like
extra
all the gay. Like all the
Extra
gay.
All of it.
All the gay.
I'm not saying any of this is eccentric. I'm saying it paints you as eccentric.
Well, you know, them some bitches used quite a few broad strokes in their analysis of me. You know,
Yeah.
they weren't too kind. I mean, you know, I just tried to tell it like it is, like a good old Southern boy supposed to. But you know how them Hollywood types like to be.
Yeah.
Whatever sells, they're all about selling.
One of my big things was like that your hair. Like, how did you get it to do that?
Well,
Very sexy.
I'd be happy to tell you. You know, Brill cream. You familiar with Brill cream? A little dabble, do you? So I'd take a little bit of that, rub it on the back, and take one of my smaller cats and run that sumbitch off my head till I get it in the way I like. As ones have to do.
So the bigger ones don't work. The smaller ones are appropriate.
It's like a
Well,
baby.
I mean, the bigger ones would work if you can pick them up, but it's hard to get hold of them bastards.
It's like a tiger cub Floby. Okay, I get what's going on. Okay.
Get one of those
More
for
or less,
Spike.
yeah, more
Spike
or
Cohen
less.
needs one of them.
I don't know about that old feller.
You seem to have a real affinity for cut off jean shorts. Do you buy those already cut off jean shorts, or do you and frayed and fringed and all that, or do you make them?
Well, you know,
yourself?
I hate to open up on a trade secret, but I make them at home. Big fan of making them home. Take the old jeans once the hole's worn out in them, and I just cut them up. I mean, how do you make your cut off jean shorts? Well, you know, I'm a classy feller.
Yeah, you had a pretty boss mustache too, actually.
Damn right, and a mullet that you could write ballads about. Matter of fact, I did.
And in fact, you did, yeah, and a beautiful singing voice you have as well.
No auto tune either. I'm telling you right straight up. What? No auto tune, no computers, none of that shit.
Computers.
New age pop stars like to throw on like that was all me. Every bit of it.
It seemed really organically recorded. Yes, absolutely. When does your next album drop?
Well, since I just got out of the jail, it might take a while. Got to go call up the boys, try to make some moves. You see, of course, you know that bitch Carol Baskin. She done took my property, took my cats.
Killed her
Killed. Goddamn right, she killed her husband. Dead as a doornail.
I kind of heard about that somewhere.
I feel like we're gonna lose our listeners if we don't explain who Carol Baskin is, because nobody.
Oh no,
has
everyone
seen her
knows.
show.
Everyone in the world knows.
Nobody knows.
Well, I would
you.
be happy to elaborate. Now, Carol Baskin is this uppity bitch down in Florida. And, she married herself. She's a little street walking gal. And she married herself a rich old feller. Milked him for all he's worth. Murdered him and dumped him in the swamp. Or under a septic tank. We ain't found him yet, but it's true.
That's
They
rude.
opened
That's
that
rude.
case back up.
She fed him to the tigers. I heard.
Yeah, I thought she fed him to the tigers.
Oh.
Now I'm sorely disappointed. I do, though, really love her fashion sense. The tiger print is just is
Yeah.
Tiger print, leopard print, she got it all. You know, she's ruthless. Want to talk about my cages while she got her cats in cages? It's ridiculous.
Do we need to have a spoiler alert? Because this is coming out, apparently.
No, dude, everyone has seen the show,
mean,
Eric. I'm telling you.
No.
Eric.
Yeah,
everyone's
we might set off the domino effect of people watching, and then it becoming really popular, I think.
I hate to break it to you, boys, but it hit pretty big. I believe it was, the hot number for the fucking season. Especially with COVID-19 coming out, people sitting at home can't do shit.
Oh, wow. I was ignoring COVID for the first month or so.
Well, that's what you got to do. It's kind of a hoax. Except
Are you saying it's not a hoax? You're saying it's not a hoax.
No, hell no, it ain't a hoax. I done had it back in April.
Oh, wow. Yeah, in prison, I was going to ask.
Simultaneously hold both beliefs.
I'm peeing my pants.
Well, I tell you right now, that COVID-19, he's devious fucker. He's a devious fucker, and I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. He's tiny, and I can throw him a long way. Still don't trust him.
Oh, you know him personally?
You're goddamn right. He's all over my shit. I want nothing to do with him. I done had him, passed him on.
How'd they treat you in federal pen?
Well, I'm going to be honest. When I first got there, I was a bit of not a very popular character, but when that show started coming out, people be watching on the phones and sneak up their asshole. I got to be pretty popular. There's a time I was trying to buy a moon pie with a carton of cigarettes, and they told me, Joe, your money ain't no good here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm a moon pie fanatic, boy.
Boy, now there's something I relate to.
Yeah.
Love them moon pies.
Yeah.
It's the goddamn simple things in life.
I'm not sure what a moon pie is.
Oh my God, you fucking heathen.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. You ain't lived.
Feed him to the cats.
You have to call that bitch Carol.
Yo,
if
Carol.
Joe Exotic eats it, I'm going to assume it is no longer on my allowed diet.
I sense a hint of a sarcasm there, and I'm going to tell you, I don't much like it. You're going to make me take my hand off your thigh. You play cards right. You're talking to a celebrity.
It's incredible. The show kind of makes you out to be this, I don't know. I don't know if I'd put it as narcissistic, but definitely kind of a self-centered person. But then, in one of the later episodes shows how you on the every season, every Thanksgiving season, you feed the entire little town you live in.
You're damn right. I get that discount meat from Walmart. They just throw it away. End of the day, you pull it out the dumpster, put it in the truck, and carry it on down. You can burn the stank right off of it.
Yeah, I think that's how it works. Cooking
of barbecue sauce
fixes spoiled meat. Yeah,
it sounds like
You're
agorism.
goddamn right it does.
It's agorism. Those are very, very open markets.
Look, I ain't into this angerism or whatever the hell aneurysm shit you're talking about. I'm pretty peaceful. I've come to terms with my lot in life, and I'd appreciate if you didn't make such assumptions.
So what's this about you being a libertarian? We want to hear about this a little bit, please.
Well, I'd be happy to tell you. So a feller by the name of Joshua Dow, he done reached out to me a couple years ago and said he'd be interested in running my campaign. And I said, well, fuck it. I need the money. I'm broke as shit.
Like most libertarians.
Yeah, you're goddamn right. I'm overqualified, you ask me, because I'm broke as fucking shit. So, I went out there. I made a couple videos. You can find them on the YouTube. Made my pitch. That was right after, once again, that bitch Carol Baskin done put that fucking judgment against me.
She sounds authoritarian.
I don't know what that word means, but she's a bitch. I don't like her.
Well, Joe, you seem to be getting sleepy. I think it's time for your daily meth injection. And but I do have one question while you're here before you go running, screaming into the night on a bad trip.
To be fair, you said I was sleepy, and you got the wrong Joe. That's Biden.
But I wanted to ask you real quick before you go. Can I see your Prince Albert?
You play your cards right, little boy. I'll show you Prince Albert, King Albert, Fat Albert, all of them.
All the Alberts.
Oh my god.
Oh my lord.
All right. Well, thanks for coming. I'm glad I was able to spring you. I happen to be in my part-time a fake defense lawyer that just gets people out of federal prison. That went there for conspiracy to commit
I really appreciate it. I had heard that the nail file and cake was cliche, but it worked.
It was cliche, but it worked.
Thank y'all very much for having me. I much appreciate it.
Yeah,
thanks,
All right,
Joe.
Well, you take care of
Later,
yourself.
man.
I'm sure you're gonna
Don't
land on
drop
your
the
feet.
soap, Joe.
You could
You'll land on
start
your feet.
you start a mongoose colony or something.
What is your golden parachute as you descend?
Well, I'm a cat man, and cats, we always land on our feet. So
Oh, sure.
Wow, the one and only.
Wow, I mean,
He's a fucking
that
legend.
guy sounds like he's got some potential.
Yeah,
Okay.
y'all are gonna have to
Exotic.
watch the show to really kind of understand what we were talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
That's on the YouTube, right? We can get that on the YouTube.
On the tube.
If I goggle it, it'll come through.
Yeah.
Find out. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Or just
Put it
ask,
into Ask Jeeves.
There's a
and
guy named Jeeves.
it'll
ask
take
Alexis.
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 Oh wow. Well, hey, that was super exciting.
Yep.
Alexis,
And
stop. Sorry.
I think we're out of time for the night.
Yeah, we've run out.
Oh,
But I did-
that was
I got a
good
doggo
one.
who wants to pee.
Word
Do
up.
what?
And that's me. Her name is me.
Well, I was
too.
talking about
Me
the other,
too.
my actual
Singer.
dog, but yeah.
While Jackie pees on the couch, we're going to call it a night. Go to verminsupreme2020.com/shop. Buy all the stuffs. Go to verminsupreme2020.com/fan-club to join the fan club. $10 a month gets you cool stickers and chances to win things.
Best $10 you'll ever spend.
Word.
Tis.
Plus Spike Cohen. Spike Cohen is also on the shop, which is
Yes, don't forget.
super
Yeah,
sexy.
we do still have Spike's head on a t-shirt. Literally just Spike's head. It doesn't say who he is or have any context whatsoever. It's just his head.
It's a beautiful
Walk
man.
through life saying, "What? What? What are you looking at? I got a guy's head on my shirt. Deal with it."
Yeah, deal with it.
Yeah.
Or I'll fucking kill you. Oh, no.
Follow us, Vermin Supreme on Facebook, Twitter, all that. Follow Spike Cohen, Facebook, Twitter. Follow Let This Podcast Run Your Life, Facebook, Twitter, and
Watch YouTube videos too.
Yeah, on YouTube too. Vermin Supreme on YouTube. We've got some good content coming out there as well.
yes,
This
we have
podcast.
videos on the way. And with that, I think we'll go out with Go Blackhawks? No.
Go Blackhawks. Nice. That's it. You're fired. You're canceled. You've been
Canceled. We've canceled Tyler.
That's
well, it's a good run, guys.
Yeah, right.
That was a good run, guys.
We're feeding you to Carol Baskin.
How about
Vermin went left foot, now we're left foot.
let's culturally appropriate Namaste. Y'all want to do that?
Namaste.
Oh, yeah, sure.
All right, let's do that. Ready? Namaste.
Namaste. Om.